Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Retro Cup, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Oranguru. The newest addition to Pokemon Go, Oranguru, was tons of fun. I had to try it out. I happened to catch a decent one, not the greatest IV spread that you've ever seen, but it's good enough to perform well in the Great League format. So we are running Oranguru today on this double normal backline in the Retro Cup. Oranguru is amazing, has a very unique typing, has an amazing coverage move of foul play, and it will be serving as the safe swap on this team because we want to draw out a fighter with our normal backline. That way, Diggersby doesn't have to see the potential fighter or pseudo fighter like defense form Deoxys. We're really targeting Medicham and Deoxys with this backline here with Froslass on the lead. The idea is you safe swap into Oranguru on the neutral or losing leads to draw out the potential fighter. Oftentimes they'll come in with a Deoxys or even a Medicham. It's even better when they come in with Medicham because Medicham actually takes neutral damage from psychic type damage. And that way you can come back in with your Froslass, take it out, and set up Diggersby to close the game strong. And if any of you have seen my last video with Diggersby, you will know how strong of a closer it can be. And we ran Diggersby in the last video with Froslass, speaking of, which will be serving as the lead on this team. We are absolutely exploiting the fact that dark types are not allowed in this meta because we are running a psychic type and a ghost type on the same team, taking full advantage of dark types being banned. This is strictly a Retro Cup type of team, of course. With Froslass on the lead, you're going to do very well up against the flyers like Altaria. Altaria is quite powerful in this meta, so I wanted to have some solid coverage for it and landed on Froslass. Froslass is amazing. All of these Pokemon did very well. Had a blast with this team. Oranguru was tons of fun. Had to run it. I just happened to catch a good one. And here we go. We've got a Simar on the lead. Not the greatest lead because they do resist our fast move pressure. So we go into Oranguru. And I actually forgot that it ran Fury Cutter. Those are actually doing super effective damage to us. We take the Hydro Cannon and here we go. This is what this team was designed to do. Draw out the counter user like Deoxys. We've got coverage for Deoxys with Oranguru. We got access to foul play. And they did tank the foul play because they can. This foul play here, I don't think will KO, but it will get it fairly low. Oh no, I think it would have KO'd from that range. And we draw a shield from the tanky defense form Deoxys. You don't get much better than that. So this Deoxys farmed for days. We're coming in with Diggersby to soak all the damage. They throw a double resisted Thunderbolt. That's not gonna cut it. And we tag those all day, not a problem. And I'm going to tank the Psycho Boost here. And we want them to Psycho Boost because they sharply lower their attack and taking more and more of the sting off of those counters. They aggressively switch lock their Simar. So we threw an Earthquake to either take it out or threaten that last shield. They went down on shields, and this Simar is locked into this matchup with no shields. Guys, I think you can see what's coming. We are going for the Shadow Ball. Obviously going to shield up the hard-hitting Hydro Cannon. And Simar is not known for its bulk, so we say bye-bye Simar. And here we go. We are up a shield. Froslass up a shield is as lethal as a Pokemon gets. And they have a Galvantula left in the back. So we're going to look to CMP tie them to the Avalanche. I wasn't sure what they would do, but we're going to call this. And here they go. They go for the resisted lunge. We called the bait correctly. Galvantula players love to bait with that lunge, and that is quite all right. We're going to chunk with that avalanche. It would have one-shot, but we did have the debuff, so it didn't quite one-shot. We aggressively go back into Diggersby, and we draw back out the Deoxys. Going to shield up the first Psycho Boost because that one will do the most damage. As we all may know, each time they throw Psycho Boost, they lower their attack by 2 stages. So we're going to go for this Fire Punch here. Doesn't KO, but that actually works out beautifully because the second Psycho Boost has been debuffed. It does not KO the tanky Diggersby, allowing us to farm it all the way down. And we've got a Fire Punch locked and loaded for that Galvantula. It was lights out for them. They conceded the match. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Yeah, guys, I think Niantic was somewhat trying to make up for the whole Salazzle and Salandit debacle by allowing us to catch Oranguru in the wild. It did not disappoint, and here we go. Wallrain lead. This is okay, fairly neutral lead. We can actually win the Zero Shield if they decide to stay in and play it out, because most Wallrain players will go straight resisted Icicle Spear, which, you know, they can do that, but I think the better play is to actually threaten with the Earthquake, because if they do that, we can comfortably tank 2 of their resisted Icicle Spears and get to 2 Shadow Balls, which would allow us to win the Zero Shield. So we're going to look to CMP, or throw. We're going to throw on 4. They were on their 5 cycle. We threw on 4 just in case they wanted to catch. So that's what we did there. We take out the Wallrain. They've got a Shadow Nidoqueen in the back. And we came in with our Oranguru. They meet us with a Froslass. This is the beauty of Oranguru, guys. It dominates Nidoqueen, and it definitely puts up a fight against Froslass. Gonna shield up the first Avalanche. It does hurt. Oranguru has some very, very nice bulk. It has very good bulk. It's not, you know, it's no Bastion, but it can definitely tank some damage. So we're going to look to go for another foul play. We grabbed the last shield. That is amazing. So we can let it go down now. We're going to let the Avalanche go through. It doesn't KO. That's what I'm talking about. Oranguru has some very nice bulk. Can tank the damage, no problem. Going to come in with Froslass here and force them to throw energy. They know that they have a Nidoqueen, and they know that they really probably want to get rid of our Froslass. So we're going to let them do that and come in with Diggersby, up a shield, and look to close this game strong, guys. There aren't very many Pokemon that can absolutely shut down a Nidoqueen, but guys, Diggersby is one. So we tank the Poison Fang, of course. That is resisted, and that allowed us to overfarm to get rid of the Nidoqueen with an Earthquake and allow us to get to a Fire Punch. We only needed 1 Mud Shot to close this game out. Didn't even need the shield. Looks like our opponent force closed the app. That is okay. The Fire Punch takes out the Froslass. Didn't even need that shield. My goodness. Heck, Diggersby is the shield, guys. That's going to be a good game. Well played. All right, guys. Apologies. My phone didn't record the first few seconds of this battle, but they led with Toxicroak, and we are playing this out. They did shield up one of our Avalanches, and they make a play into a Vigoroth. Not a good answer to Froslass, but we're just going to chip with an Avalanche and then make a play into our Oranguru. We are actually taking neutral damage from the counters because of our Psychic typing. Gonna tank the first Body Slam. Like we said, Oranguru can tank some damage. It's got some good bulk. We don't want to tank a second one, so we will shield. We are now even on shields, and we're going to look to farm all the way down. That Toxicroak cannot come back into this matchup. We are far too healthy. Toxicroak absolutely melts away from Confusion. It is double super effective, and Nidoqueen is not that much better. They were ABA weak to a Psychic type. That is amazing. We baited with a foul play, knowing that Nidoqueen was where their win condition was. So now we go for the Psychic. This is absolutely gonna get rid of the Nidoqueen, and all they have left is that Toxicroak. It didn't let us get our Confusion through, but that is okay. Diggersby is here to close this game out with a type disadvantage at that, guys. That is the power of Diggersby. All we need is a Fire Punch. We overfarmed by a little bit because our Mud Shots actually hit for super effective, so we wanted to get it within Fire Punch range, and looks like another Force Close. My goodness, just top left, guys. You don't have to do that, but I get it. It can be frustrating. I get it. Not a big deal. Good game, well played to our opponent. And guys, I'm telling you, Oranguru was a lot of fun. And you know what? I'm not necessarily ruling out finding one to make an XL for the Ultra League. I may just have to do that. That's how much I love this Pokemon already in Pokemon Go. And here we go. We got a Deoxys lead. Not bad. This is very, very doable. If things go awry, we also have Oranguru to handle the Deoxys. But we're going to stay right here and play this out. They do shield our Shadow Ball. A lot of battlers have been shielding up the Shadow Ball. But that is okay. Gonna tank the Rock Slide. We can tank a Rock Slide, not a big deal because we are resisting these counters. And they tried to catch onto a Greedent, but they're gonna catch an Avalanche for their troubles as we make a play into Diggersby. Because Diggersby has the worst matchup against Deoxys. So just gonna come in here onto the Greedent with our Diggersby and tank all this damage because Greedent is about as spammy as a Pokemon gets. Not only that, but it is about as bulky as a Pokemon gets as well. But we've got a bulky rodent as well. Battle of the bulky rodents in the Retro Cup. You love to see it. We overfarmed. We capped out at 100 because we wanted to have some energy to threaten the Deoxys. We're going to say bye-bye Greedent with an Earthquake. And we're going to try and get to another Earthquake to threaten this Defense Form Deoxys. They have to throw Psycho Boost to get rid of us. Rock Slide is not going to cut it. That is resisted. And we are super bulky, allowing us to get to the Earthquake. It's not going to KO, but it's going to do quite a bit to the very tanky Defense Form Deoxys. And we're going to come in with Oranguru and look to farm down, get ahead on energy. Gonna tank whatever this is. I would imagine it's the Rock Slide. Wouldn't make sense to go Psycho Boost here. But it doesn't do a whole lot. And they come in with a Wallrain. So now it's getting a little bit tricky here. Wallrain is quite spammy and it's quite hard. It does outpace our Oranguru. And we probably should have gone Psychic there. We were just one confusion off. And it's not likely that they would have shielded it. It would have done a lot more damage. So I think that's a slight misplay. So we tried to make up for that misplay with a catch onto our Froslass, but they undercharged. Oh my gosh, why is this battler playing so well? My goodness, they undercharged and they farm us down with resisted Powder Snows. It is lights out for us. Oh man, that is brutal. This battler played amazingly. They played beautifully, and we farmed down the Deoxys, but this Wallrain still has a shield. This battler is just running circles around us. We're going to try our best here. We're going to try and grab a shield with a foul play, but I don't think we can make it to another foul play before they get to the Icicle Spear. My goodness. We tried to recover, but yeah, Wallrain's just too darn spammy, too bulky, too spammy. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. So glad I was able to find a decent Oranguru that would perform well in Pokemon Go Battle League. I'm interested to see how it will do in the Open Great League as well. But here we go. We got an Alolan Marowak Terrible League going to go into Oranguru. And they meet us with a Blossom. Blossom does have access to Leaf Blade. And with Bullet Seed gets to those Leaf Blades at a very fast rate. And they do have Stab, but we're going to tank it. It's okay. We can tank one. And we're going to try our very best to flip switch advantage here. We can't tank another one. Got to shield this. And try to bait with a foul play here. I would imagine they want to flip switch advantage because they do have an Alolan Marowak. And they can't really have it aligned onto our Oranguru. We do grab the shield there. But they get to another Leaf Blade. Blossom, super spammy. Gonna let it go and look to farm down with our Froslass. Froslass is pretty expendable, knowing that they have a Alolan Marowak, and we're reading that they may have another grass type in the bag. So we're gonna swap out, guys. This is why you've got to always be trying to read your opponent's team. They led with a fire type. They safe swapped, or they met us with a grass type. They likely have another grass type to cover the water type weakness. We tanked the Fire Blast. Diggersby says, "Is that all you got? Hit me again. I tank damage all day." So we're going to go for the Earthquake. Bye-bye, Alolan Marowak. Diggersby is an animal. Holy smokes. Gonna get rid of the Blossom with a Fire Punch, and then we will see what they have left in the back. But what I was saying is a lot of battlers would have stayed in on that Marowak, tried to threaten with a Shadow Ball, but we would have taken too much super effective damage from its fast move pressure, which is why we swapped out. And Diggersby is just going off on this team. We swapped out with energy, so we're going to come in a combo play. They tanked the Fire Punch. We grabbed the shield, and we were counting. By our count, that was only 6 Powder Snows. It takes 7 to get to the energy ball. We tank that, and we're going to look to get rid of this Abomasnow. We have to undertap because we did get that Powder Snow through. It is key that we undertap, let the energy load. Don't overtap and throw the game. We undertapped, which means we win the game because this Avalanche absolutely KOs. And we say bye-bye, Abomasnow. And we also say good game, well played to our opponent. And that wraps up the first set of the video. Had a blast with Oranguru, guys. It did not disappoint. I'm definitely interested to try it out on different team comps and different positions on the team, on whatever team it may be on. It was amazing. I was very surprised with it, but we got more battles coming right up here. Yeah, guys, I'm really curious on how it performs as an XL in the Ultra League. Oranguru might be able to do some things as an XL in the Ultra League. We'll have to see. We are nowhere near having enough XLs. It'll be a while, but here we go. We got an Alolan Marowak. We swap into Oranguru. They are running Hex, which means that they are most likely running Fire Blast as well. They make an aggressive play into a Meganium after banking a potential Fire Blast. So we're going to go right for this Psychic. That does quite a bit, and that does have stab, but Meganium is pretty darn bulky. A very bulky grass type. I think we're going to tank this and try to threaten a shield with a foul play. They did sneak through a Vine Whip, which is unfortunate because we did have back-to-back foul plays, but this will KO and it will pressure them to shield. They do shield to hold on to switch. That is amazing. And we did sneak through a Powder Snow. Gonna tank the Frenzy Plant. It does not one-shot. Meganium does not hit nearly as hard as other grass types like Venusaur. So we tank the Frenzy Plant, and they come in with a Munchlax. So they tried to catch a resisted Avalanche onto their Fire-type Alolan Marowak. I love punishing battlers that like to try to catch and make us waste our energy. We say bye-bye, Alolan Marowak. They tried to catch an Avalanche, but instead they caught a Shadow Ball for their troubles. And now all they have left is a Munchlax, and it is Diggersby time, guys. Diggersby is going to have a field day with this Munchlax. These body slams are not doing enough damage to us, guys, and we are double resisting this fast move pressure. It is a mere formality. We're just going to go straight Earthquake against this Munchlax. We do grab that last shield. We are still up 2 shields up against this poor little Munchlax. I feel a little bad for it because it does not have a prayer here. Going to go for the Earthquake here. And all we need to do is get to a Fire Punch at this point. They are trying their very best. Hats off to them for hanging in and giving it a good effort. I really appreciate that. But we did shield up that Body Slam. Didn't need to, but decided to shield, and they decided to top left. Good game. Very well played to them. They had a very solid team. Good game. Well played. Yeah, this team was doing pretty well in the Retro Cup. With Froslass on the lead, you really want to cover the Shadow Claw users like Trevenant and Gringas, and there's no better way to do that than with 2 normal types behind it. And here we go. Deoxys lead. So going to stay in and play this out a little bit. And caught on a little bit, guys, with these Deoxys players. They've been shielding up the Shadow Ball, so I'm going to look to go for a bait with an Avalanche. And even if it goes through, it still do quite a bit of damage. And we do grab the shield. That is amazing. Going to tank whatever this is. We can tank one of whatever this Deoxys is going to throw at us. It does happen to be the Rock Slide, which is super effective. But the beauty of Froslass is we are single resisting the counters because we are part Ice type. Gonna go for another Avalanche. We grab both of the shields. What do they have in the back? Holy smokes. Something does not want to see a Froslass, but that is okay. Gonna shield this up and threaten to get rid of the Deoxys. They aggressively make a play into Wallrain, so our Froslass is just about done. So we're gonna hit it with a Shadow Ball on our way out and then come in with our Oranguru. Shadow Wallrain does hit pretty darn hard, not gonna lie, but we're gonna tank this. Icicle Spear, it's okay, we can tank it. And we're going to try and farm this thing down. We can tank another one. We know that Oranguru has very nice bulk and can tank some damage. So we're going to tank another one and farm all the way down. We have a foul play locked and loaded for whatever they decide to bring back in. They're thinking long and hard, wondering what they have in the bag. They come in with the Deoxys, so we're going to get rid of it with the foul play. That just makes one less obstacle for Diggersby. The foul play does not KO. That is insane. Deoxys is so darn tanky, but that's okay. We can come in and farm down with Diggersby. Diggersby is about as bulky as a Pokemon gets, so we tank this. They go for the resisted Rock Slide, and they have a Trevenant in the back. That's what they were hiding in the back. They had a Trevenant lurking in the back on their team. But Trevenant does not perform very well when shields are down. So we're going to go for the Fire Punch, of course. Earthquake, although it would hit pretty hard, it would do a lot of resisted damage. Fire Punch is definitely the way to go. So we're going to look to catch on their next Seed Bomb. And that was a weird thing. It was sort of a delayed thing. We did catch this, but the game lagged a little bit and allowed us to get some Powder Snows through. Doesn't matter. It was still over. And they knew that. So they saved us all some time, and they top left it, conceded the match. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. I was planning for all of the ghost types, guys, but although we did see a Trevenant in that last matchup, I didn't see a ton of ghost types, and that was a bit disappointing because I wanted to see Oranguru dominate the ghost types, but that is okay. We are met with a Hypno on the lead. Pretty decent lead for us. Gonna go right for the Shadow Ball just as they get to a potential Thunder Punch. If they let this go through, it wouldn't one-shot, but it would come pretty close, but they shield. So they shielded up the Hypno, okay, and they stayed. First of all, they were staying in. Second of all, they shielded. So they're hiding something. We go into Oranguru. Not sure what they're doing with this Hypno, but that is okay. We're going to come in with Oranguru and play this out. We tank the first Thunder Punch. I believe we tank the second one because we can tank a couple of these. Hypno does not hit particularly hard in its normal form. This is not a Shadow Hypno. Gonna tank this one here and look to get rid of the Hypno. It's kind of annoying me, not going to lie. So going to get rid of it. We have back-to-back foul plays. If they want to go down on shields, that is fine, but no, they let it go, so that's okay. I'm going to see what they have left in the back. They had a Medicham in the back. That's what was hiding from Froslass. That is okay. Going to go for the Psychic. It has Stab, and it actually hits for neutral against Medicham because it is part fighting. Does a decent amount, and they have a Talonflame left in the back as well. This is not good for our Diggersby, guys. Talonflame does core break this team a little bit here. But we're going to try our very best here. With Talonflame, you go for the Earthquake. They usually let it go through, and it does a decent amount of resisted damage. Talonflame is not particularly bulky. It just hits really hard, and it has access to amazing moves. I'm going to let Diggersby tank all this damage here. Wasn't sure if we could make it to another Earthquake. I think we may have been able to. But we go for the resisted Fire Punch. Nonetheless, yeah, we might have been able to make it to another Earthquake. We would have either taken out the Talonflame or grabbed the shield. And they come back in with the Medicham, and it's not looking good because that Talonflame has loaded energy. Our win condition is to call a bait, but they knew that, so they went for the Psychic, and that does take us out. And Oranguru is all but done. Good game, well played to our opponent. They played that very well. Talonflame, yeah. Talonflame core breaks this team a bit, but good game, well played. Talonflame is so annoying to have to battle against. Why is it so darn good? My goodness. both in the Ultra League and the Great League. I think my next team may be based around destroying Talonflame, but we will have to see. Here we go. Coffer Gringas lead, not a good lead. Going to go into our Oranguru and look to play this out. We do have access to the foul play for the ghost types, and going to tank this. Dark Pulse does actually hit us for super effective, and that would have done quite a bit of damage. They make a play into an Oranguru of their own. Shouts to them for running an Oranguru of their own. Going to go for the foul play. Again, that does hit for super effective. That's the one thing with Oranguru is it does get shut down by potential dark types, and it does take super effective from dark type damage, as it is a psychic type, of course. But we tanked the foul play because we are already down a shield, and we didn't want to go completely down on shields. They shielded our foul play, and they're going to look to farm us down, and we can't quite get to another foul play, but that is okay. We cannot come in with Froslass. This Oranguru has a foul play locked and loaded, so going to come in with Diggersby and soak this damage and try to farm down the Oranguru. This is an ambitious farm if I've ever seen it, but these mudshots do have stab. And we were getting a little antsy, so we threw, and they timed that beautifully. They somehow knew that we were going to throw, but that Oranguru does have a move loaded, so we do have to keep that in mind. But they are switch locked into this terrible matchup with their Coffer Gringas. Not sure why they did that, but we get rid of it for its troubles, and they've got a Medicham in the back, so we're taking advantage of their switch timer not being up. Going to come in with Froslass and immediately threaten with an Avalanche. We don't really need the Shadow Ball. We can do just fine against Medicham going Avalanche. We know that Oranguru has a move stored. That is why we're trying to get rid of this Medicham before we have to expend a shield. We called the power-up punch, but we were not able to get rid of the Medicham before they could get to a boosted Psychic. We knew that they were going to combo play like this. So we had to shield up that Psychic, and they combo play with the low health Oranguru. It's not going to help them. Get out of here, Oranguru. We farm it down with Diggersby. The Medicham is very low. All we need is back-to-back fire punches. We did get that mud shot through. So the key here, guys, is to not over-tap and throw the game. We under-tap. You stop tapping your phone. That is what an under-tap is if you know that you got your fast move through. We have the back-to-back fire punches, which is going to send this Medicham packing. And that was key, guys. If we had over-tapped, we could have easily lost this game due to those boosted counters. But we didn't. We exercised some discipline, under-tapped, and closed the game strong with our Diggersby coming through for us, coming in clutch. Good game. Well played to our opponent. Yeah, guys, I definitely didn't regret the investment in Oranguru. Definitely had to throw some rare candies at it to get it ready, but I didn't regret it. Didn't take much. So here we go. We've got a Galvantula on the lead. And guys, let me know in the comments. I don't know if they changed the animation on the Volt Switch, but it looks different. And I'm a visual battler. I go on a lot of visuals, and it really, for some reason, was throwing me off how the animation was looking. They're coming out like super fast. I don't know if they changed the animation or if there's some weird thing going on with the servers, but we did grab a shield with an Avalanche, and they did take us out. Gonna come in with Diggersby here to soak all this damage because they did farm us down. That's okay. Gonna soak all of these lunges. Diggersby tanks the damage for days. And we've got to compensate now, guys. We do have a shield advantage, but we are down a Pokemon. This Galvantula is going off. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm getting tired of this Galvantula here in front of us, guys. It's doing too much. Got to get rid of it. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. And they've got a Medicham in the back, so going to come in with Oranguru. We wanted to clear those debuffs, and of course, Diggersby does not like having to battle against Medicham. They go for the power-up punch. That is neutral, of course, because we are normal Psychic. Gonna go straight for the Psychic with Stab. Both moves hit for neutral, and they are down a shield, so not likely they shield there. We did get the defense drop. That is amazing. We should be shielding up the boosted power-up punch here, but we are playing extremely risky as they make a play into Wallrain. Gonna go for the foul play here. We need to get off some chip damage. We are still up a shield, but we were playing very recklessly here, guys. I don't know if you see the time up in the top left, but it was really late at night, guys. I was about done. I just wanted to get done with this battle, so in the spirit of wanting to get done with the battle. A lot of battlers would bait here, but we're not baiting. Bye-bye, Wallrain. Get out of here. Get wrecked. Sometimes you just gotta play to your win conditions, guys. Our win... They had to call the bait. Our win condition was to land an Earthquake, so we went for the Earthquake to get rid of the Wallrain. Sometimes, guys, you just gotta play to your win conditions, and that is the team. Nice 4-1, a couple of 4-1 sets with Oranguru in the Retro Cup. Had a blast with Oranguru. Went super positive with it overall. Only did 3 sets with it. This was the last battle of the day. Fun story for you guys. I actually forgot that I didn't do my battles, and I was just about getting ready for to head to bed, start getting ready for bed, and realized that I didn't do my battles. So guys, I stayed up super late. It's almost 1 in the morning at the time of recording these battles last night. I had to do the battles. So it was late. Wasn't playing my best toward the end of all of my sets, but we ended up pulling it out with Oranguru, guys. It went super positive with it. Had a blast with Oranguru. Tried out Wallrain with Oranguru for the first battle with it. Wallrain was okay with it, but I just needed some more coverage for the fighters, of course. We are running 2 normal types, so it didn't take me long to swap out Wallrain for Froslass, and that worked out a lot better, let me say, guys. So this team was amazing. Oranguru was amazing. I would like to try it again on a different lineup, maybe as a lead or a closer. It did okay as a safe swap. It does pretty well. Has excellent coverage on the Retro Cup meta. Has a very unique typing. Very pleased with this Pokemon. It did very well. It did not disappoint. I had a blast with it. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to give the video a like. That really is the best way to really help the channel out. Hit that like button, guys. Let YouTube know that you actually like the content. That way they can recommend it to others who may also enjoy the content. But I had a blast. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.